Hello, today we're going to continue in our second unit about linear functions, but today we're going to be writing equations of lines. Using that formula, y equals mx plus b that we've been working with. You're going to want your notes and a calculator. So let's think about this situation. What if I asked you to give me directions to Starbucks? What else would you need to know? Well, you might ask me, where exactly are you at right now? Because that's going to impact your directions. As well as, well, which Starbucks do you want to go to? There's quite a few to choose from. So you need to know a few key pieces of information from me before you can answer that question. The same idea occurs with lines. Remember, to write equations of lines, we're also going to need to figure out a few key pieces of information about the line. If you remember back, slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b, with two key values in this little formula setup here being the m and the b. The m, again, represents the slope, and the b represents the y-intercept of that line. So those are the two key pieces of information we're going to focus on finding before we can say that we found the equation of this line. Our notes today are going to involve mostly examples, so please make sure you're writing each one down. This first one starts with a picture. It says, write in slope-intercept form the equation of the line shown in the graph. Now remember that slope-intercept form starts y equals mx plus b, this little setup right here. Within this setup, we can see the m, again, representing the slope, and the b is the y-intercept. These two things we can see on this graph if we know where to look. The slope is how the line changes, its steepness, its rise over run. So we would want to locate two nice points here on our line, okay? And by nice, I mean you can identify their coordinates pretty easily. This one being -1, 2, this one 0, 5. Those 2 points, now we can count the rise over run. We go up 3 over 1, so it has a slope of 3 over 1. So we know that m, or that slope, is 3. The b is the y-intercept. That's where the line crosses the y-axis. This is the y-axis. Where is the red line crossing that y-axis? On the value 5. So the y-intercept is 5. If we plug these two values in, my equation of the line becomes y equals 3x plus 5. Let's take a look at another example. It says, write the equation of a line that passes through this given point and has the given slope. So this time I don't have a picture that I can look at to find the key pieces of information. And I don't really want to take the time to draw a picture either, because that's not the efficient way. The efficient way would be to take a look at what we're given and again use our formula y equals mx plus b to help us figure the parts out that we need. I was given m. M is the slope. It's 3, so I can go ahead and plug that in right now. And now this is what my formula looks like. Now b is the y-intercept. Many times students will get confused. This part of the point right here is the y part of a random point, but that does not represent the y-intercept. The y-intercept is where does the line cross the y-axis. This -5 is a part of a random point on a graph that would be located somewhere, down here. That's not the y-intercept. So we do not plug the -5 in for the b. So what do we do with that random point? Well, remember, the random point has an x-coordinate and a y-coordinate. We can use that to allow us to solve for b. X, y. In my formula, I have a y and I have an x. I can plug those numbers in there and that will allow me to solve for the b. So y was -5. The x is -2. And I'm just going to allow the b to hang out right there while I figure out my equation. 3 times -2 is -6 plus b. And I'm going to solve for the b now. I'm going to add 6 to the other side here. -5 plus 6 is 1, so the b is -1. Now that's not where I'm done. I now know that the y-intercept, remember b stands for y-intercept, is at 1. So my final equation of a line is y equals, what was the m again? That was 3, so 3x, and the b we just solved for, positive 1. This is my equation of a line. You can see the slope and you can see the y-intercept. Let's look at a third example. Write the equation of a line that passes through these two given points. Okay, so we have two random points this time. Now, my equation of a line starts y equals mx plus b. What do I need to figure out? I need to know the slope. I don't have the slope this time, but I do have 2 points, and you can calculate the slope using the slope formula. We can calculate that slope and then plug that in for the m value. So y from the second point is 7, minus y from the first point, 3, x from the second point, 4, minus x from the first point, 2, 7 minus 3 is 4, 4 minus 2 is 2, 4 divided by 2 looks like my m, or my slope, is 2. So I'm going to use that now and plug that in to my y equals mx plus b. Y equals 2x plus b. Well, now this problem looks similar to the one we just did. I don't know what the b is, and both of these are two random points. Neither of them talk or say anything about a y-intercept. But I can use either one of them now to help me solve for the b. So whichever one's your favorite, it doesn't really matter. I'll use the 2, 3, and I'm going to plug it in to that equation where I'm at right now. So let's see, the y, I need first, the y part of that point is 3. The x part is 2. And I'm going to now solve for the b. 2 times 2 is 4. Subtract the 4. That would leave me with b equals -1. So my final equation of a line using the m and the b that I solved for, y equals m is 2 and b was -1. Okay, let's do the last example here. Write the equation of a line that passes through this random point and is perpendicular to that random line. Well, writing equations of a line always begins with y equals mx plus b. And again, we need 2 key pieces. We need the m and we need the b. M is a slope. Now, we aren't given 2 points, so I can't really calculate in between 2 points using the slope formula like I did on the last one. But I am given a key hint. Perpendicular to this line. Well, if you remember, perpendicular lines have slopes that are opposite reciprocals. This line has a slope of 1/3. So our new slope in our new line would have to have an opposite reciprocal value for 1/3. So if I make it opposite and reciprocal, it actually becomes -3. So my new line has a slope of -3, and that was given to me in that perpendicular to this line sort of clue. So far I know my m is -3, and this is where I'm at in the process. Now, once again, I don't have anything in there about knowing the y-intercepts, but I do have this random point again, and we can once again use that to solve for the b. So the y is 1, the x is 4, -3 times 4 is -12. I'm going to add 12 to both sides to isolate the b. b is 13. So I know that my equation of a line, this line has a slope of -3, and I've solved to find the b is 13. There's my final answer. Okay? Thank you very much.